So we've reached the end of section 14. We've set up some relationships, we've added a new project, and we've got our users attending activities, at least in our API. And if we just take a look at the learning goals for this, then we've taken a look at one type of entity framework relationship. We've looked at the many-to-many. We will take a look at one-to-many a bit later when we look at photos, but in a way we've tackled the most difficult kind of relationship to deal with first. So when it comes to adding a one-to-many later on, it's going to be pretty straightforward. In fact, it's so straightforward we'll just be using entity framework conventions to create the relationship for us. We also took a look at loading related entities, and we have options here. And we've taken a look at eager loading and also projection to get the related data out of our database and back to the client. And in order to look at projection, we of course took a look at Automapper queryable extensions, and that's a real time saver because it normally is better to use projection to get just the data you're looking for from the database, and Automapper saves us writing a lot of select type of code because it takes our mappings and it uses them to create the query to our database. So it's a good tool. And we also added an infrastructure project as well. So we've increased the number of projects. Don't worry, that's the last one we're going to add. We're done with creating projects, and we'll be using our infrastructure project for anything that's kind of outside of our application logic. So our application layer needs to know nothing about authentication to be able to get a user's username. And that's the idea. We've decoupled everything in our business logic layer, the application layer, from any outside concerns such as how does the user authenticate? And our application layer doesn't need to worry about any of that. So we'll use that infrastructure project for other things as we come across them that are not directly related to our business logic. So what we'll take a look at next is the client side of what we've been doing in this section. We want to be able to add attendances to our user interface as well, and we'll take a look at that next.